me know if you can hear me when you come in. So that's cool. It's a little shaky there. Okay, can you hear me? Okay. All right, cool. So that's that. Now, I'm going over to TikTok. Okay. Okay, come on in, you guys. I gotta go over this download that I got here and share it with you guys here. Okay. I got a lot, so I had to write it down. It was crazy is when I went through to write down the message because I wanted to do a little bit of automatic writing, so that's what I did here because I was getting a lot of downloads here. I wrote it in this blue pen, and then something told me to get my patchouli. It's a new thing, and that's the color of the candlestick and the not yet the incense holder and the incense. So I thought that was freaking cool, and it was kind of like a confirmation type thing. Okay, but I do want to get started and call in Archangel Michael here to put your shield of protection around me and the collective as I open up and channel. Okay, now before we get started, this message will not be for everyone. Okay, and while I'm going over the information that I received when I was automatically writing here, um, I do want to light some incense and just clear the energy here. But so basically, what I got here, okay, for some of you, somebody may have relocated or you're in a new area, new side of town. Um, that's who this message is for, because this message isn't going to be for everyone, okay? All right. But there's a need for you to know that the area you moved into is operated by people who work with certain spirits, okay? Energies in that area. They do things in that area, okay? So this is the area, for some people, there's a lot of, for some of you, this is the area where there's a lot of like drug activity, maybe even noticed a lot of occult activity in that area. This is the area where there's a lot of drugs, maybe some homeless people walk around, stuff like that, okay? So there's an organization, okay? They're running around frantic at this time because they actually, okay, so what this group does here, um, they curse the land there in that area. And the reason why here, okay, is because they work with entities that target the people in the neighborhood and they bring them wealth, okay? Now, they are connected to multiple companies and organizations within the area, okay? And so before I started getting this message, my spiritual team told me to look up actually what organization means, okay? Because the title of this reading is You Brought an Organization Down to Its Knees, okay? Whether you know it or not, okay? So an organization is a structured group of people working together to achieve a common goal. So in this area, this neighborhood, okay, there's a woman who oversees this, okay? It gives me like cartel vibes or maybe something like that. But it's ran by a woman, okay? But this woman has men working for her, okay? When you came to this area, okay, and this may even be, it doesn't have to be recently either. It can be even when you were a child. If you've been in an area where you felt like you were targeted, even if you tried to like get jobs and stuff like that, right? And it always just seemed like in that area, it's like these people, it's like some type of structure or system that it's like it's attacking you or targeting you to prevent you from finding a job or even moving up, okay? Just know that it's by design. It's because these people, the spirits that they work with here, that's what they do for wealth, okay? And so it's an older woman that oversees it, okay? Like I said, clan, cult, gang came to me, even Colombia. So they may have some ties to Colombia in some type of ways. But these people have different neighborhoods and territories that they're assigned to. And they also have weekly meetings that they do updates for because they have a quota. So they have a quota of how many people they can basically either get strung out on drugs, because I am picking up like drug trafficking and human trafficking vibes from this group of people. They do anything, you know that song, Anything for Clout just came, but it's anything for money, okay? Uh, so this area is a high crime area, so if you don't live in a high crime area, this message might not be for you. Know that they do weekly rituals, okay, on the land here, and they assign different lands and territories to different people, and then they, like I said, they work with spirits, and they do all this to interfere with the destinies of people, interfere with people's energy. Just they need to just so these entities that they work with work at keeping the energy in that area low vibrational. So this is also an area where there may be a lot of like boarded up, or I mean, they don't have to be clustered together. It's just this is a reading for someone who lives in the hood. Okay, so if you don't live in the hood and you're in the suburbs, this might not be for you. It might be. I mean, you can take it how it resonates, but that's because these people, they've assigned different, there's different spirits assigned to this area to keep this area very low vibrational, to kill the dreams and hopes of the people in that area, so that these energies and entities, these low vibrational entities, can feed off the people, okay, in that area. They do a lot of juju, because juju on that beat kept coming to me. Like I said, this is run by a woman, but I kept hearing you, your daddy's son. So maybe the daddy and the son, they do things in the area too, but the grandma's the one that started it, okay? They send hits out, okay? I'm also picking up Midwest vibes, so it may be like Detroit or Tennessee area. Doesn't have to be, but that's what, actually, that's what came to me, okay? So there's a lot of parties also in this area, but in this party, so they do human trafficking, just so you know. They lace people's drinks, okay? So if this is an area where people come up missing, or even children, okay? This is what they do. Now, at parties, they lace drinks, okay? They also use the mirrors. So these people work with different energies and entities that help them spy on people in the neighborhood here, okay? So they use the mirror as like a portal. So they work with different marine spirits as well, okay? I also want to give a disclaimer. Just because I say marine spirit doesn't mean that I'm speaking of, and excuse my nails, I need to do my nails. Doesn't mean that I'm speaking certain, you know, there's the marine, think how big the ocean is. The ocean is very vast. There are multiple marine spirits, multiple little tribal things within the marine kingdom, okay? Just like tribes on earth, they have tribes and clans in the marine kingdom, okay? So these marine spirits are very chaotic here. I'm also picking up the energy of people who were like, who are from overseas that come here, okay? They do drug trafficking and human trafficking, okay? Okay, so it's something about your light, though, okay? So whether somebody's trying to like awaken spiritually, your awakening is bringing you clarity. You may have even gotten some confirmation that maybe some work was done on this neighborhood or whatever, okay? But it's something about your energy and your spiritual awakening is banishing the curse in your neighborhood or in your area, okay? This is why you have possibly been targeted by these group of people. They want to kind of snuff you out, snuff out your light, okay? Snuff out your dreams, your hopes, your aspiration. They work with different companies in the area because they all benefit financially from this group being in the area, allowing their spirits to keep the area very low vibrational, and they benefit monetarily. So there's like a system within these companies. They work to get, they like keep a list of people who they don't want to get jobs or whatever, okay? These are people that are spiritually awakening in the neighborhood. It's something about your light. They're worried about your light exposing them. Actually, your light is bringing a lot of exposure to this area. Like I said, it's banishing a curse that's in the area, and they're feeling like they may get caught soon. If you've noticed a lot of increase in police patrol in your area, it's because of your spiritual awakening is banishing the curse in that area. Okay, so this is why they're also targeting you, trying to prevent you from getting jobs or finding income, um, spying on you. It may be feeling like a form of gang stalking, okay? And that's because of your light is exposing the corruption, okay? It's something also, too, about your vitality, okay? So anyway, these companies work with these people and they all do it for money, okay? Yeah, because they all benefit, okay? So what they did is, if you worked at a company where you felt like they were trying to set you up, it's because they were trying to set you up, but they were trying to set you up to do something that would violate company policies or something that could put you on some type of list where it would be hard for you to find jobs from other people or whatever, okay? It's something about your light bringing the heat, okay? They may have sent someone in as maybe the son, because I keep getting you, your daddy's son, tried to date you here. This person was supposed to put something in your drink at some type of gathering or party. Whoever you are, you did not fall for it here, okay? Okay, so the outcome of you not, because I wanted to know who, okay, what, where, when, and what's the outcome. So the outcome is that Archangel Michael had a sword of light here that he's been using to protect you here. So whether you know it or not, you're in this area on assignment, and the only thing you need to do is awaken and get more clarity. You're also supposed to pray for the land or something like that. I don't know. Like I said, they've cursed this land. You have to be careful doing that. But just call on Archangel Michael here, okay? But the man that was sent to slip something in your drink at this gathering or party, he's gone. And also the companies, okay, so if you go back by the companies that you felt were trying to set you up or blackball you, you will notice that those companies have crumbled. I'm also seeing like companies being boarded up, companies going out of business, the ones that were attacked because you were there on a spiritual assignment here. You brought those organizations and the companies down here, okay? I'm also seeing something about ice, okay? You may have seen an increase in ice in your neighborhood, okay? It's your light that's shedding light on this whole entire area here, and it's disrupting their organization, their human trafficking and drug trafficking. It's also bringing awareness. Something about your light is bringing ice to the neighborhood. For some of you, like I said, I kept getting Colombia. So anyway, you're here on assignment for the divine. Okay, somebody is very psychic and intuitive, so you may have intuitively gotten gifts or dreams or visions or just intuitive nudges, feeling like something was wrong with your area, maybe that somebody may have cursed the area, okay? The divine is saying that the more that you shift your consciousness, okay, you will become more aware of exactly everything that's going on in this neighborhood, okay? So that was the message I got. I also got a few more. Yeah, because something about you pouring libations. So go out and pour libations, honor your ancestors, and then also honor the ancestors from that land or that area. Some of you aren't from that area, okay? It's something about you honoring the ancestors of that land here that will strengthen your protection. You're already protected, okay? But yeah, so that was the message that I was getting here. So I'm going to go in and pull some cards from Archangel Michael here and see, and then we'll get into the reading and see what's going on. But I hope everyone had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Okay, Archangel Michael is with you now at the bottom of the deck, okay? Archangel Michael is with you now. He said, even though you can't see it, he's actively working on you, and he's here helping you here. I'm getting to that he's also going to, okay, so call on Archangel Shamuel to help with creating opportunities for you. If you're having an issue finding employment, okay? Like I said, for some of you, it's part of this organization. This is what they do to snuff out people, get people out of the area, because your light is bringing too much exposure to what they got going on, and with the agreements, spiritual contracts and agreements that they have going on, you know, that they're benefiting from momentarily, okay? So we do have angel number 444 here, okay? You have passed over loved ones watching over you here. You may see little white butterflies or white feathers or white birds here. These are signs from your ancestors. You may even see a lot of like coins, an increase in seeing coins on the ground. These are messages from your ancestors. If you're seeing an increase in coins on the ground, they're letting you know that you do have opportunities coming to make money coming around the corner here, okay? But the angels want you to know that they are with you, okay? They don't want you to get too distracted, but they do want you to stay alert and be aware of your surroundings, but also be open to divine guidance and recognize the signs that they're around you here, okay? All right. All right. What else do we have? Thank you, Archangel Michael. Put your shield of protection around me and the collective as I open up and channel here, okay? Baby, she's coming back. Let no energies in that are not conducive to the reading, okay? Baby, okay? Yeah, so make sure whoever you are, don't settle for less, okay? Recognize that you are a child of the divine and you deserve to have your dreams come true. Don't give up on your dreams, okay? Okay? All right, all right. And just know that your prayers are being answered here, and they are being received by the divine. The answers will come soon, okay? And there will come, for some of you, in forms that you didn't expect, okay? All right, thank you. I can do my full. All right, let's get into this reading and see what's going on here. What is the overall energy, Holy Spirit, angels of the highest light? I just want to get a card for the overall energy here. Okay, overall energy. If you want to expand on this organization here, you can. Okay, that's what came out. Yeah. Okay. So with this this organization, what they do is they make a lot of sacrifices of the people in the neighborhood to those entities. So for some of you, because whoever you are, they're worried about you seeing this because you're a seer, you're a spiritual seer. This is why they try to snuff out your light and put pressure on you in that neighborhood. It is organized, okay? It is a part of a system, and this is how they work, okay? This is how they get people out of the neighborhood whose light is shining too bright, because they don't want you exposing the organization, the criminal. It's like an organized crime ring. Okay, they don't want it being exposed, and so these entities that they have given permission to, or they've cursed the land and assigned to this land or whatever, they sacrifice people. Like I said, for some of you, you're in an area where there's a lot of crime. Okay, that's part of the sacrifice. It's also something about your peace. So it's something about your peaceful energy here. It disrupts the energy of what they're trying to do in this neighborhood. Okay. And you're also in an area where there's a lot of addictions here. So there may be a lot of people walking around, like I said, with drug addictions or some sort of addictions here. Okay, yeah, because this is part of the deals that they have with the entities. It's also something about you breaking generational curses is what is going to shut down what this organization is trying to do here. And like I said, they have these pacts and deals with these devils and entities for monetary gain here, okay? They sacrifice the people in the neighborhood, okay? So this is also for some of these people, some of these people, just so you know, they may look like your local, just regular drug dealer who is benefiting while the people in the community are going down. For some of you, you may have even noticed the area looks worse. Maybe this is the area that you grew up in here, okay? Maybe it's like as the years go on, that's what they do in this organization. They sacrifice the people in this area to get strung out on addictions, or to also participate in a lot of fornication. So for some of you, this may be an area where there's a lot of sexually transmitted diseases as well here, okay? All right, so what they don't want is to be arrested here. I have angel number 333. They don't want your light shining, exposing their organization, because they do not want to be arrested as well here. There's something about you praying here, okay? You're praying, and okay, so whoever you are, you're a seer here. You have the ability to see. If you have not tapped into it, you will soon. Like I said, some of you have had an epiphany that this area may be, that area that you're living in, or that area may have some type of bad juju. Because I kept hearing juju on that beat, okay, when I was getting my messages. So they do a lot of juju in that neighborhood, okay? And like I said, it's for sacrifices here. So sacrifice people to get them strung out on addictions here. For some of you, this may be an area where they may have been like a fentanyl outbreak or something like that, okay? But it's something about you praying and breaking generational curses has the ability, and your peaceful energy has the ability to shut down this whole organization, okay? Your energy is creating some type of ripple effect here in this area. So what they want to do, like I said, is put a lot of pressure on you. If you've been having a lot of issues finding jobs, it's because they have these companies work together. They all work together in this. It's a small like community here. They can't stand to see you shine. They try to snuff out the light of people who shine too bright. Okay, this is what they do here. Okay. All right. Yeah. yeah, like I said, there are multiple people. I'm getting there's multiple people involved. There's multiple companies involved. There's a lot of things involved here. Okay, and like I said, they benefit monetarily while the people in the community are going down. It's just not the same. Like I said, for some of you, this is an area that you've been in your whole life. Maybe when you were younger, it was a nicer area, okay? And now it's just run. It's like slummy here for some of you. For some of you, the next side street over has a lot of boarded up buildings. There may be like an abandoned, baby, go. You're interfering with my message. I need you to hush, okay? There may be what I'm seeing is like a strip area that's just abandoned, okay? So the area just kind of looks rough, and that's because these people have cursed this area, and they allow these entities to take over that area, and their businesses are successful and everything, okay? This is a cult or group of narcissists here, okay? They do also energetically feed on the pain of the people around them, off the pain of the people. I can't listen to it. Let's do separate, okay? Mm-hmm. And they're also envious of your light here, okay? So if this is a new neighborhood for you, okay? Maybe when you moved there, it wasn't that bad, and then it started getting bad here. I'm getting to that when you move to the area, like I said, this area is run by this older lady. She's like a grandma. But she's the one that started all this, or she brought all this. For some of you, if she was relocated here, or she came here from another country, this is what she brought with her. This is the mind frame. Maybe she did this in her country, but so she oversees the area, the territory, because they have territories, and she's seen your light, and it was your light that she was able to see. Okay, she also ordered these people to slow down for a little while here because of your light, because your light here is exposing the darkness and the corruption, like I said, in this area here. Okay. Yeah, they do a lot of graveyard rituals here too. Like I said, they work with a lot of spirits and energies here. Okay, this is how they benefit here. Okay. Yeah, and what it is your light and your frequency. It's something about your light and your frequency and your destiny here, okay? Like I said, because it's something about your light and your frequency has the ability to expose this corrupt organization, and also because you're clairaudient and intuitive here, because you are royalty, okay? It's important for you to know that no weapon formed will prosper here, okay? All right? But they do want to steal your destiny. They do a lot of blood rituals, okay? Yeah, like I said, I get that it's a coven or some type of cult, but it's multiple people with different areas. You got drug dealers, for some of you, this gets deep. Some lawyers, even police, even the churches, different areas, okay, different people, they all work together. It's part of this, they're all working together for the same goal because they all work with the same spirits, okay? And those spirits have a goal of taking over that neighborhood, yeah, so that they can have their will be done on that area here is what I just heard here, okay? Yeah. Their intentions for that area is not good. It's only for selfish gain here, okay? They're doing a lot of energy transfers here. So they also, they do a lot of blood rituals with these sacrifices that they do, okay? In this area. Like I said, it's the people that are actually together. They have a common goal, but they're all from different walks of life, and you would never expect them to all be in on it. But they are in on it, and they all benefit monetarily. Like I said, for some of you, this is a local drug dealer. He got ties with police and law officials, okay? They keep him out of jail, okay? For some of you, I don't know, I keep hearing juju. Some of you, I don't know, this isn't all of you, but like I said, some of you, these people are from overseas, okay? And they do that strong juju, okay? Because I kept hearing juju on that beat here, okay? Yeah, okay. So they send demons to attack people in the neighborhood. Like I said, that's part of the agreements that they have to sacrifice people in the neighborhood, okay? Okay. Yeah, these people are extremely karmic here, and like I said, whoever you are, you're a divine messenger here. Okay, you don't have anything to worry about. I'm getting to there was a cease because part of that, one of the words I got here when I was channeling, it says cease. Okay, and I seen an older lady. She was looking here, and she said cease. So she was overseeing, and she's told them to stop for something here. Okay, ooh, okay, because they're afraid now that there's going to be a backfire. I have 444 again here. Okay? Something about your fire. Okay? Also, you may be protected by fire angels as well. Okay? Okay. Yeah, they're also okay because these people they're sold out. Okay, they're sold out. They all have really dark eyes. Okay, in your area, there's been a lot of people that have maybe disappeared or went missing. Okay, and that has to deal with this here. Okay, they're worried about your light exposing them because whoever you are, you're a seer. Okay, the more you break these generational curses, the more you will see. I'm getting to you're in an area where there's not a lot of people who are woke. Most of the people around you are asleep. There's a lot of partying, a lot of YN activity, like at the clubs, maybe clubs get shot up a lot. Maybe there's just a lot of like I said, this is not. If you live in the suburb, this message ain't for you. Okay, they're worried about your light exposing it, you seeing it, and then blackmailing them. Here, okay. Okay. Like I said, with that man though, they did send someone to put something in your drink at some type of gathering here. Okay. Um, okay, because they could not. For some of you, yeah, you have a lot of angelic help. You're also being advised to do a parasite cleanse. They're worried about your divine inheritance, and I'm getting your psychic gifts are tied to your divine inheritance. Okay. Like I said, for some of you, they watched you. Let me pull this list back out. They watched you from some sort of like through your mirror or something. There's some type of because, like I said, they work with marine spirits. Okay, so these marine spirits use mirrors here to spy on people here. Okay, this is how they know that you're waking up. Maybe, like I said, with this prayer, I've seen that you pray a lot. They see that. Okay, there's a need for somebody to go through and lock your mirrors. Okay, go through and lock your mirrors. Um, so how I was told, go to, you can look online to order some protection oil, okay? And then just call on Archangel Michael and pray on that mirror and put that oil, that protection oil in the corner of the mirror because you need to lock your mirrors because like I said, they work with marine kingdoms, marine spirits. They spy on people through their mirrors here. This is how they know people's weaknesses, these entities that they send them can attack certain areas and stuff like that based on their weaknesses, okay? So they do use the mirrors as portals in that area, okay? There's a lot of trauma in that area. Just like I said, for some of you, this is an area where there may be also too, like you can even get on that. This may be an area where there's a lot of registered sex offenders as well, okay? There's just a lot of perversion, there's a lot of STDs, there's a lot of drug addiction, but it's in a certain like territory or region or area, and that's because that is the territory that they've sacrificed to this entity here for monetary gains. Like I said, for some of you, I'm thinking, I just seen social, but I'm thinking political. This may be, oh man, I don't want to unintentionally become a target here, but something about political stuff, okay? And that's all I'm saying. I'm not even. So yeah, okay, yeah, and oh, that's crazy. I said political, and then it says they're all witches and warlocks. So something going on, okay? I'm getting too. Oh, okay, just protect me, Archangel Michael, okay? So what I'm getting with this political stuff is something with they're all witches and warlock, but I'm getting they've always known who you were and they've always studied you here, okay? They may even stalk your social media, okay? They may even do different things through your social media to try to lower your frequency here, okay? Because they don't want you to rise, okay? Oh, what I'm getting is though they're in panic mode. I have 111 here, okay? Like I said, it's something about your fire, but I do have fire and water signs. Somebody's really the element of water or fire. You work really well with those elements, or those elements. I don't know, protect you in some way in the spiritual realm, or maybe you're just a water child or a fire child, but either way it goes. The water and fire signs here, okay? Maybe someone's highly intuitive with their emotions here, okay? Maybe too, also your intuitive gift may have to do with your gut, okay? So you may get a lot of gut feelings, okay? But they're in a panic now because it's something about your frequency raising, okay, is really exposing something. And I'm getting like with this organization, I'm getting like big wigs, man. Like I said, I'm getting these okay, because I keep hearing cartel, I keep hearing drug dealers, okay, political. So these may be dealing with police or some type of law enforcement. They may be even watching your social media too. Like I said, it's important for you to know that no matter what I'm saying in this reading, that you are divinely protected, okay? All right? There's no weapon formed against you will prosper. That is the card that came out here, okay? But they're all witches and warlocks. They all study you here in this area, okay? Because your divine inheritance is about your psychic gifts here. And the more you break these generational curses, the more you unlock this divine inheritance. And they're worried about that third eye coming all the way open here. Because whoever you are, you're going to be able to see everything that happened in that area. Like, you're going to be able to see what energies and entities they're working with and everything here, okay? And once it's something about the light. The light weakens the strength of whatever curse they did or whatever deal that they made to sacrifice people in this area. That's why they're so worried about it here, okay? All right, what else do we have? Yeah. I'm getting to these people. Yeah, they do a lot to cover up, okay? Their dealings and involvement here with, like I said, if we're dealing with politicals, law enforcement, they do a lot to cover up that they're actually in cahoots with the local drug dealers. For some of you, they actually give the people the fentanyl in that area, okay? All right, divine favor is what you have, a lot of it, and you have a lot of power as well, okay? So they know for a fact your power has the ability to snuff out theirs here. This is why they're trying to get you, they're part of this cult, before your third eye awakens fully, okay? Also, part of the message I got was that Archangel Michael, okay, a sword of light. So he is with you constantly with a sword of light here, okay? And it's important for you to not have any fear because you are on assignment here. You are literally on assignment to bring this organization down. Like I said, a lot of them are going to cease due to ice. So a lot of it's going to come to a screeching halt due to ice, okay? So ice is getting ready to disrupt the plans of everybody here, okay? I'm getting to the reason why is because the footmen for these politicians or whatever law enforcement that they have out on the ground here with these drug dealers and people trafficking people, making people disappear, and it's part of the money that they all benefit from. ICE is going to come through and snatch them up, okay? Because for whatever reason I'm getting, ICE is not in the know with this area, okay? So this is ICE that's coming from another area, okay? And they're imposing on a local organization here. Okay, so it's not like all the way up to the White House type thing. This is all local, like local political stuff, local government, local state, at the state level, okay? These ICE people are coming from the federal level, so they're coming down. They're just doing the orders that they've been given as far as rounding up people with that need to be deported, okay? But I'm getting that's going to interfere with their ring, their crime ring. And like I said, some of these people are from Colombia here, okay? These drug dealers, local drug dealers, they're getting their stuff from Colombia here, okay? And they're getting some of their stuff, like I said, that fentanyl. They're getting some of that from law officials, okay? They're giving it to them, okay? Like I said, that's crazy. It's these law officials. I'm really seeing like some of these people, these police officers here work with these marine spirits as well. Okay, so in this area, okay, and they do a lot to cover it up. Okay, okay. For some of you, it's the police in this area here who are also responsible for some of the people that have disappeared. Okay, all right. So, and they know that whatever they got going on, it's something about your power, it's something about your light and your fire, okay? Once something is exposed, it loses its potency, okay? It's like they'll have to start over, they'll have to find another entity to work with or something. That's why this entity doesn't want to be exposed, but they know they can't mess with you because you're royalty, you're a child of the divine here, okay? And they know that it's like their wickedness can't compare to your light or something. Like I said, you're there on assignment here, okay? Maybe at one time they underestimated your spiritual team, but something solidified your divine like it solidified in their mind how divinely protected you are here, okay? They may have even tried to do some intimidation tactics to someone and it didn't work, and that's how they know how divinely protected you are here, okay? Whoever you are, you spend a lot of time in hermit mode, or you may be a Virgo. Okay. Yeah. So what they want to do, that's why they sent some man in. Like I said, they sent some man to put something in your drink at a gathering, okay? And it was supposed to interfere with your spiritual gifts, okay? It was supposed to do something to block your third eye. Like I said, they got it from upper people, okay? They even work with doctors, hospitals, these people, with this blood here. They all offer these sacrifices to the Marine Kingdom. All right. Yeah. So this man was sent to put something in your drink to block or stop or interfere with your spiritual gift, or also to take your spiritual gift. Maybe to calcify your third eye here. Okay. Because it's something about the more you awaken, the lighter your light shines, and anything that's in the dark getting exposed, it doesn't have the same potency. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. Whoever you are, maybe you just got fired from a job. Your job was part of that organization here, and they fired you because they realized that they can't, they don't want your light to expose anything. So they probably found something real petty and tried to fire you. Okay. Okay. Yeah, because they just don't want your light exposing them here. Okay. Okay. Somebody's a Lumerian star seed here. Okay. Yeah, I'm just getting that there may be a lot of fake accounts following you on social media, and some of these fake accounts are actually law enforcement. They're scared of your gift. Whoever you are, like, you are tapped all the way in. Okay, they scared. Okay, and they also, for some of you, they have people watching you that you wouldn't even assume, but they're coworkers. But they all, so they all meet up. Like I said on this, I forgot to say. So they meet up weekly. They have quotas to meet here. Okay, this is how they satisfy these entities that they made these deals with. They have to meet certain quotas. Okay, of how many people they actually sacrifice. This is how they continue to benefit financially here. Okay. So, like I said, they know they can't do anything. So, for what I'm really getting for you, they're mainly just watching you and monitoring your spiritual awakening. This is why they're using your mirror as a portal. They're trying to see what you know, or how far along in your awakening, okay? Because then it's like they can time or brace themselves, and they'll know, how close they are to being exposed. For some of you, this is going to be exposed soon. It's going to be on the news. It's going to be some type of ring that's going to be exposed for some of you. Or maybe that's what they're worried about. Maybe they're worried about it being exposed here. Okay? So they pay people, to watch you, and some of these people are your quote unquote co-workers, but they're really agents. Okay, so they're agents. Okay? They may have even done a thing, like I said, for some of you, if this is the area you've grown up in, they've known your whole life that you were going to be a seer here. They may have done some things to make you seem like you were kind of delusional, or like you tripping, or you just, you know what I mean, trying to. But it has to do with your spiritual awakening and the fact that you're a seer, okay? So they always didn't want you to trust in your ability to see. And then, like I said, whoever you are, your clairaudient. They didn't want you to trust in your clairaudience, so they always tried to make you seem delusional or deranged, okay? If any of these people, they may have had a school psychiatrist try to label you as something, okay? Like I said, they're all in it here, okay? Not all of it, it's a lot of them here, okay? Yeah, like I said, they sacrifice people, especially even with these addictions. Something with fentanyl, I keep getting that. So it's all to sacrifice people to demons, so to allow these people's vessels to become inhabited by demons here, or something like that with that fentanyl, okay? And it has something to do with so when new people come into these organizations, they have to do these initiation rituals as far as sacrificing someone, because you're a part of a royal bloodline. They know they can't touch you. All they can do is watch you and stalk you, gang stalk you, and then the only thing they can do is try to make things hard for you as far as finding employment or something like that, because they want you to get out of the area here. They just need that light out of the area. Because it's just like when you go into a dark room, as soon as you turn on the light, everything is exposed. They don't want that, okay? You're a royal bloodline. They can't do anything. But these new people, when they come in, they have to do initiation rituals, and they have to either get someone addicted. For some of you, someone was probably sent to put something, lace your weed or something, and maybe you just don't smoke after people, or you don't smoke from people you didn't see them roll it up or something like that. They were sent to do this, but you didn't fall for it, okay? What else do we have here? Yeah, because of your divine protection, like I said, you're a royal bloodline, and we have divine protection here, okay? So they're very limited on actually what they can do, okay? They can't take you out here, okay? But they did try to get you strung out on some drugs here. They did try to slip something in your drink to steal your spiritual gifts, but none of it works, okay? No weapon formed prospered, okay? Yeah, because you're too, yeah, like I said, for some of you, this has to deal with drug trafficking, okay? Okay? The man they sent in to, put something in your drink to steal your gifts, he was down low, or it's a lot of DL activity within this organization here, okay? I have angel number 222. You are being advised to take a spiritual bath here, okay? Yeah, I have divine protection again. You're divinely protected on multiple levels here, okay? Okay, what else do we have? Yeah, dang, it's like so whatever they're trying to do, whoever you are, because you're so tapped in, you always find a way to take care of yourself or provide income for yourself. You always, maybe you have a regular job here that's not part of this organization, but whatever it is, it's like they can't interfere with you. They can't snuff out your light. They can't destroy your hopes and dreams. They can't interfere with your ability to take care of yourself, okay? And that's also irritating them here, okay? Yep, they always try to set traps, and none of the traps work here. Like I said, they sent in that man that was DL, or they have a lot of DL crap going on within the organization to try to take your, you know, they tried to send in someone to lace your weed, and then maybe you stop smoking weed, or, you know what I'm saying, or you just, like I said, you don't smoke weed, but you don't roll type shit, so that didn't work, and then something with this fentanyl, so they may have tried to, yeah, because I'm getting to that, like, if you, so when it comes to this addictions thing, um, the only way you would be subject to something is if you fall into some temptation to do some type of drug. That's the only way you. But as long as you have your willpower is strong, they can't do anything. Okay, like they can't just, yeah. And then even with putting things in to take your gift, they can't take your life. You get what I'm saying? They only want to take. They just don't want you to be a seer. They don't want you to awaken to this gift of seeing here. But yeah, I'm getting to don't. And if you're in a neighborhood where you don't trust, don't smoke no weed off nobody. Even if you think it's weed, they might try to put some fentanyl on it because yeah. It's just I have air signs as well. 3311. That's one of the angel numbers I just seen. Okay. Yeah. All right. What else do I have here? Yeah. Also be careful of who you allow into your home. Yeah, because they want to stop your foot. Like I said, they want to stop your. They don't want you balancing yourself. There may be a need to rebalance yourself. They don't want your energy balanced. Okay. They want to stop your forward movement with breaking these generational curses because it's unlocking your divine inheritance. Okay. So they may try to do different things to put pressure on you in different ways within this community, different people within this community. Okay. Like I said, if you feel like you've been a targeted being, okay, this is part of that here. Okay. 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 So yeah. I'm getting to the reason why ice is so heavily in that area is because of this return to sender here, okay? They're not allowed to have access to drain your energy, and which is what they want to do, okay? Some of them are actually hiding from karma right now, okay? Okay, like I said, if you go to some of these jobs, we're trying to set you up, okay? Previous jobs were always trying to set you up. So, say if your job requires some type of licensing, they would do things to set you up, to be able to strip you of your licensing and stuff like that. If you ride past those jobs now, they're not even there, or boarded up, or they're under all new management. Like those people have gotten out because they didn't succeed at blocking your roads or hindering your forward movement here. Okay. Yeah, it's something about a spiritual warfare here, okay? This is what they want to do. They want to initiate some spiritual warfare, not knowing that you're walking karma, or they're starting to see here. Like I said, they're starting to see. I know they're scared of that light. That light, they don't want it shining too bright. I know they're afraid of that light, okay? These dark entities are literally, they're afraid of your light. You put fear in these entities. That's because a lot of them are possessed by demons. Those demons are afraid of your light here. Okay? That's why they send a lot of agents to come after you because the agents aren't afraid of your light. They just know that they can't literally like take your life or anything like that. Yeah. They're obsessed with your energy here. Okay? But they're hiding now. They're in hiding. Okay? Like I said, they do a lot of blood magic with these entities here. And like I said, for some of you, this is the area you grew up in from your childhood here. And you watched this community like go all the way down. And you're like, why is it going? It's because people that moved into your entity, your community, sorry. People that moved into your community working with different entities and they decided to curse the land or sacrifice the land to the people. You know, and then all of a sudden there's a lot of addictions and all kind of crazy crap going on. And maybe it wasn't like that in your area when you were younger here, okay? This narcissistic criminal family, they moved into the area and that's what they brought with them. I just heard crime mob. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah. I'm getting to a lot of them, okay? Like I said, they have a lot of DL stuff going on within their organization here, and they're spreading viruses that are incurable, and that's why viruses are getting spread in the community that are incurable here. And this is why they're under a lot of divine judgment as well here. They're under a lot of divine judgment because of the sacrifices, the entities, the addictions, because they're pushing this fentanyl on the streets intentionally here, okay? Because it's part of the contract that they have with some entity they're working on with, okay? And it allows these other lower vibrational entities to inhabit the people's bodies that they're able to get addicted here. So like I said, they have a quota, okay? They have a quota on how many people they can sacrifice here. You're surrounded by divine protection, okay? Yeah. Yeah, I don't trust the weed shop. That's when I stopped smoking. Once weed became legal, I quit. I ain't gonna lie to you, because that's when I knew I was like, the government um, is GMO weed. You know, when I was younger, there was two types of weed. You had regular weed, and then you had Kush. You get what I'm saying? All this blue perp and hard nipple and all whatever names they be. You know what I'm saying? They be naming stuff, all kind of stuff. Like I don't have time for that. You know what I mean? Yeah, like I said, for some of you, like even some areas like the malls are boarded up and all this stuff, and that's because of the witchcraft that they're doing on the area here. Okay, that's because they got these entities. Yeah, so they may gang stalk you. Like I said, with this gang stalking, it's just watching. They're just obsessed with your energy. Okay, you're surrounded by divine protection. They can't do too much. Okay. But yeah, they're obsessed with you. I think too. They try to gain control of the area too with these entities that they use. But they're wondering how you're still able to tap into your creativity here. How you're still aware. How you're still able to heal these generational traumas, and how you're still awakening when they've done so much for that area. They've done so much with juju. They work so many stuff on those people. For the people, like, there may have been other people in your area who had light, and they were able to get them with addiction, lace their weed and put fentanyl and shit on them, so now the people walk around all delusional and shit, okay? Maybe they started awakening, and then the agents came in, or the higher-ups sent the agents, and the agents came in and did something, put something in their drink, or put something in their drugs, you know what I'm saying? And now these people, their light, they snuffed out their light, okay? But they can't do that with you here. And this is why they're just spiritually stalking you, because they know that they can't literally spiritually attack you, because they know all the karma that comes along with you, and they know that your ancestors ain't playing here. There's something about your beauty, too, okay? They do a lot of rituals with the moon. Yeah, all this for greed. That's what it's for. All of this has to do with greed. Greed. I'm getting to, they wish they could siphon your energy, and they can't, and it triggers them. It triggers them. Because it's like they're afraid of the light here. They're afraid of the power of your light. Your light has the ability to bring down this whole organization. And to some degree, like I said, for some of these companies, if you go back by them, the ones that was doing you wrong, they were part of these organizations, they no longer exist. Okay? So you already successfully have brought down multiple companies within this organization here. But they're afraid of you bringing them completely to their knees once you completely wake up here, okay? Because it's like, you know how you have a light on dim? You can see a little bit, but it's like once the light is fully bright, then you see everything. And it's like your light will shine. It will expose all of the corruption and darkness here. And I'm getting that's what they're afraid of. Because if they get exposed, like I said, they got political people, people in governmental, state, local, governmental roles, law officials, lawyers, hospital personnel, uh, teachers, principal, like they got multiple people in multiple positions here, okay? And they all work at trying to sacrifice people's light or snuff out people who have light here in that area here, or interfere with them spiritually awakening here, okay? They go around trying to steal the star. They work with these marine spirits to try to steal the star of people here. People's stars. Either oppress their star or steal their star or snuff out their star. That's what they try to do here. Okay, yeah. For some of you, like I said, so for some of you, you may even have been considering moving because the area has just went downhill, okay, the last couple years or something. You've been considering moving, and then some of you just ran. You was like, I gotta get out of here, okay? Maybe your dreams have exposed a lot here, okay? Yeah, yeah. I'm getting though that the man that they sent in that was supposed to lace your drink here to steal your gifts here, he's on the chopping block because he didn't complete the assignment here. Because that's what they're mainly worried about, that third eye. Okay, his charm didn't work. Whoever you are, like I said, you were at a party. He was probably like, let me go get your drink. And you don't drink. You like the type of person like I get my own drinks or something. Okay, and it didn't even have to be liquor. It's just somewhere at somebody offered to get you something, and they were gonna put something in to steal your psychic gifts here. Okay, and he's running from judgment. Okay, and he can't. Most of this whole organization is going to come down here. Okay, because I'm getting you're a real chosen one. We're gonna pull some herbs because they want us to pull some herbs. You're a real chosen one here. Okay, whoever you are. Yeah, and you're a clairsentient here. You're clairaudient and clairsentient and psychic. I can't make it up. So you are for real deal chosen one. You one of the 144? Yeah. Okay, and they know their sorcery. They can't no amount of sorcery, juju, whatever. None of it's gonna work on you because you are real. You're royal. You are a royal. You are royalty. Okay, they know they can't touch you, and you get a lot of divine guidance too. Okay, all right. What else do we have? Holy Spirit, angels of the highest. Yeah, you're a prayer warrior. Okay, something about your prayers being potent here. Okay. Whoever they are, they're just liars. Like I said, if these are political people or government, they just get in and lie. But like I said, they scared. They are scared. Because the more you heal, the brighter your light shine, the brighter your light shine, the more they know they're going to be exposed, and their whole empire is going to come crumbling down. Some of them are even feeling like they're in this energy of desperation, okay, of trying to block your third eye from opening. They don't know how. Okay, a lot of those agents are spiritually hijacked and possessed by marine spirits. Like I said, they just agents. Okay, there's a lot of agents. So yeah, there's a lot of agents in the area here. Okay. Yep, you're clairvoyant. You got a lot of gifts. I'm telling you. If they did try to send some energy to you, they're bound to it because of your divine protection here. Okay. Whoever there's in a political position, he's a sociopath. He don't care. He'll sacrifice anybody. This type of person, he'll sacrifice his own mama and daddy for greed. He don't care. Okay. Whoever it is that's in some type of position of calling the shots here. Okay. I want to say like they create a lot of illusions within the community, saying they're going to do things here, and it's all just going downhill because they know that they made different pacts with different entities to destroy that neighborhood and sacrifice people to addictions. Like I said, for a lot of you, it's either crack, cocaine, and fentanyl. That's the main thing. Okay. Yeah, there's a need for you to cleanse your energy here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting to when he couldn't get you to drink that drink or something to close your third eye. He also got burnt by the seraphim. Okay, that's why he's running, trying to hide from karma. Okay, okay. I got hiding. I can't make it up. He trying to hide, and literally karma chasing his ass. Like for real, ain't nothing to do. Okay. Okay. All right, you guys. That's crazy. Yeah, and I'm angels are on the scene too to divinely protect you, but by any means necessary. And your ancestors even pay some of them a visit and let them know, listen, I don't know what y'all think, but this one is anointed, okay? This one may have been cloaked for a while, but she's anointed, okay? And if you touch this one, okay, all your secrets gonna be exposed. The archangel was right there with them when they said it. All of it's gonna be exposed. I can't make. And they said this ain't no threat, okay? It's a fact. Okay, so quit even. They even said they're not even allowed to spy on you no more. They can't try to look at you through your window. Like I said, go ahead and seal them. Put some kosher salt on your mirrors, and then get some protection oil here and put it on. I'm gonna start selling some stuff, y'all, soon in a minute. Just give me time, you know. Yeah, because you need to lock them mirrors here, okay? Even though they can't do nothing, all they can do is look, but still, who wants to be looked at, okay? And I'm getting to, ask your guardian angels and like call on Archangel Michael, ask him to protect you from anybody being able to, don't let anyone be able to astral project and spy on you. Don't let anyone be able to see you through mirrors as a portal, and don't let anyone be able to remote view you, because that's what they do. Like I said, some of these people work in law enforcement, and they've been trained to do some type of remote viewing and spy on somebody. So yeah, it's part of this cult, you know what I mean? Just pray and ask for it, okay? Because like I said, it's something about your fire, it's something about your light here that scares them to death. And it's because it will be exposed, okay? So you just continue to break these generational curses here, okay? Knowing that no weapon formed will prosper, okay? And if they're worried about your light exposing their corrupt organization or whatever they got going on, that's on them. That's on them. You know what I mean? That's on them. Because they shouldn't have never did all that anyway. Making deals with entities to sacrifice people here for their own financial greed. That, no. Okay. We're going to pull some herbs. But first, let me get some angel numbers. Okay. Where's the angel number? Holy Spirit, angels of the highest by light. Angel numbers. Thank you, Archangel Michael. 0505, divine intervention. Can't make it up. It says it right there. Divine intervention. Okay. So the divine is intervening on your behalf. Like I said, I just said it. They came and said, hey, listen, we cloaked her because she literally was on assignment, or him. We cloaked them. They were cloaked their whole life. But understand now, the veil is being removed. This one is anointed. We telling you this one is anointed. Okay. You better find something safe to do, or everything's going to be exposed, which is going to be exposed any damn way, because the more you heal them generational curses, the brighter your light shines, the more you enhance them psychic abilities, you're going to be becoming more aware, and it's just naturally doing that is banishing whatever curses that they have on the community, and it's sending all that shit back to them here. So, but anyway, it says this number serves as a gentle nudge to pursue whatever interests you the most. It's possible that something could rock your boat, but you'll end up exactly where you belong, okay? Which could be at a dream job, or you could be getting ready to relocate, okay? Or you could end up with somebody that's a good fit for you. But trust your gut feelings here. You do have love on the horizon here, okay? Understand that you are being divinely protected, and the divine is intervening on your behalf here, okay? What else do we have here? Holy Spirit, angels of the highest by light. And 5, okay, so 5 is the number today. What's today's date? The 17th? 8, 9, 10. Okay. Yeah, but 555. Okay, so 0505 and then 555. So you do have some change. So you're going to level up. Okay, so actually all of this is going on to help you level up here. But you may not feel good initially, but it's preparing you to handle greater things in life for your highest good. Okay, that is the why you've been looking for. Push through it. There's a reward waiting at the finish line here. Okay, if you've been working on something creatively, go ahead and continue to do that. You're getting ready to overcome all of your obstacles here. You have a lot of support from the divine here, and they want to encourage you to keep moving forward here, all right? Because you've already won. You already have victory here, all right? Okay. will be party. Let me get some angel messages, and we're gonna get some herbs. See what herbs you can work with here to help you. Oh, shield yourself. All right. So this one here says protect yourself from harsh. Call on Archangel Michael. Okay. Ask him to help you to protect you from fear-based energies, and then envision yourself in a cocoon of healing light surrounding you. Okay. Yeah, because whoever you are, you're profoundly clairvoyant here. So trust what you see in your mind's eye, as well as your physical sight. For your spiritual vision helps you with healing, teaching, and guidance here. Okay, they were just stuck at the bottom. Okay, yeah, and then balance that solar plexus. This is your life, and they want you to know it is safe for you to be powerful. Okay, no matter what is going on in the world, you are surrounded by divine protection. Like I've said multiple times, it's safe for you to be powerful. It's safe for you to heal. It's safe for you to open your third eye. It's safe for you to see clarity. It's safe for you to strengthen your spiritual gifts. Okay, all right. Hello. Okay. Some of you, you may benefit from like doing some type of workshop, like giving speeches or sharing your story. Okay, because your life or your story can be a light to others here who are going through the same things or feel like, you know, they're being targeted or they're being gang stalked within their community, or who feel like maybe they're tripping. You know, share your story because it'll help others here. It'll help others learn here, okay? And it's some of you, that's part of your spiritual calling. That's what you're supposed to do here. Okay, what else do we have here? Holy Spirit, angels, lives, firelight. Yeah, honor your emotional sensitivity. That's part of your psychic ability as well. So whoever you are, you probably got all the clairs. You got all the clairs. This is why they worried about it. You got all the clairvoyant skills, and they worried about it. So honor your sensitivity. You know, honor it because it's a gift, and it's not just a gift for you. It's a gift to others. Okay, it says it's a gift to us all. So you know what I mean. You're here to shine your light. Okay, and strengthen them psychic gifts, because like I said, somebody got all the clairs. Okay. Now let me see what herbs they want us to work with. And then I got an herbal book. I want to look them up and go even deeper into them to see what all you can do with them, because this one has tinctures and tea. Like, let me just look into it. So what is the herb Holy Spirit that the collective can work with here? So we have rosemary. So rosemary is good for protection too, okay? So it's good for memory, clarity, healing. It helps purify the space. It boosts memory and heightens mental clarity. So it says place it at entryways, and it invites protection and good health into the home. Okay, so let me look in here and see what else it says about rosemary here. Oh, let me see how we can use it. So, oh, this sucks. This doesn't do what I thought it was going to do. I thought it was going to expand on the herb. And I hate when and they didn't even give the tinctures. Let me see if I can find the tincture. I just bought this book. I ain't even opened it. But according to what it was, the description, it's not doing it, okay? Because it barely gave anything. For rosemary, this is all it's saying. It's a shrub, okay? Its earliest name, rosemary, paid tribute to the Virgin Mary, is native to the Mediterranean, okay? Okay, so, yeah. Yeah, it's an ancient herb. You didn't tell me nothing. Okay, so it does say that you can wear it as you can use it in potpourri. Okay, so it helps with dreams here, so you can put it in a sachet under your pillow here, and it'll help you, like with your dreams, okay? It also repels negative energy. You can use the oil here. You can make some rosemary oil as a protection oil, okay? Okay. Okay. All right. Well, maybe it did give some insight. Okay. So yeah, use rosemary. That's the herb for today. Okay. All right, you guys. That is all I have for now. I do have to come back at 5, okay? But I need to cleanse and all that stuff. So Let me clear my energy and I'll come back at 5. The reading at 5. Somebody's been, okay, so yeah, come back at 5, okay? I'm on TikTok, I'm getting ready to post what it's about, but, and I may have already posted it, but somebody really was was losing it. I literally seen in my third eye, like a man pacing back and forth because somebody went no contact with some man, or maybe some man that you cut off, he has no access to you. Maybe there's a narcissist who wanted to come back and do some type of hover, and when he went back to hover, access was denied, and he's literally like losing it, literally. So yeah, so come back for that reading at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's a little bit in about 2.5 hours. Well, yeah, about 2.5 hours. Come back and we're gonna tap in. My TikTok name is the same as my name on YouTube. It's just take away the I am and my first and last name, and you'll see it. And then oh, so if you go on TikTok, and it'll just say, can't see. Okay, it'll just say my name, my first name, last name. That's it on TikTok. And if you're on TikTok and you want to follow me on YouTube, this is my YouTube. Okay. All right. All right, you guys. But I'll be back in a couple hours, and we're gonna get into some more stuff. Okay. All right. I hope I was able to help. Okay. Well, I'll try a different phone for YouTube so we can get these messages. Yeah, come back at 5, y'all, because I'm going to tell y'all, this narcissist, he losing it, y'all. Okay? All right, come back. All right, have a good one. I'll see you in a little bit.